Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Earlier today, I posted a video of former President Donald J. Trump's disastrous appearance at the National Organization of Black Journalists. I did not want that video to go too long so I did not capture some of the reactions. So in this video here, I will simply be showing you some of the reactions to his appearance. And this includes reactions from Fox News, reactions from Kamala Harris, and other notable people, as well as miscellaneous reactions. And those are the ones I really want you to pay attention to. So without further ado, let's get into it.
If you're asking about what I
felt very uncomfortable.
Very disappointed.
The panel was amazing.
I thought this was an opportunity to push back on his long, meandering lies that he tells all the time.
He shocks me, and when I think I can't get shocked anymore, he blows my mind even more with some of it.
I never felt that he was really giving an approach that he wanted to make everyone feel comfortable and like me really explain how I'm going to help Black communities. Here's my plan to help Black people specifically. Like I feel like I never got that in any part of the conversation, and I kind of expected that from the jump.
He really believes in his heart. Some of the things he said, he believes in. And so it didn't change anything. I was hoping, but it didn't.
Inviting him was the right decision, but I'm disappointed that we didn't do more to get him off of his shtick of lying and pushing back and talking over people and just controlling the conversation.
On a scale of 1 to 10 of a disaster, this was a 100 for Donald Trump. Donald Trump spoke at the National Association of Black Journalists, and the NABJ justified inviting Donald Trump on the basis that they've invited the leaders of each political party running for the presidency since the 1970s. A lot of people were very upset that Trump was invited given his despicable and racist history, but Donald Trump was invited, and he brought the circus to Chicago at the National Association of Black Journalists convention.
You really don't want to go there. So here's the whole deal. What did he lie about? First of all, he lied about, in terms of abortion in 9 months. That was a flat-out lie. He lied about HBCU funding. Because the reality is, for 3 consecutive years, Donald Trump submitted a budget cutting HBCU funding.
But that's not what you were talking about.
Excuse me. The program that he cited about HBCU funding, guaranteeing funding, his budget zeroed that program out. It was under Bush, it was reauthorized under Obama, he zeroed it out. It was Congresswoman Alma Allens of North Carolina who put it back in.
How were you given that seat today?
I'm sorry. Let me say it to you.
Why were you in that seat?
Who
put you in that seat?
Let me say it to you again.
But that's not what you were talking about when you interrupted the speech. You kept saying he lied, but you put,
and I'm telling you
that's not what you're talking about.
Let me say
that's not what you said during the speech. I was listening to the speech, and I was listening to you.
First of all, it wasn't a speech.
Interrupt
Here's the deal.
the 3 panelists and the president.
Here's the deal.
You were not one of the panelists. If you were the journalist of the year, why weren't you up there asking questions?
We have a journalist of the year every year. We've been around 49 years. So we have
you
multiple
specifically,
journalists.
why were you not on that stage?
Let me be real clear.
You were just in the audience screaming he lied?
Let me be real clear.
From row 1?
Let me be real clear.
Who put you in row 1?
Because you're cute and you get your little video. So you're talking to somebody who has far more history in this organization than you've ever been. So
I'm not a member. That's true. I'm definitely not an NABJ member.
When you're not a member and you have no understanding of our history or our membership, you don't realize founders are sitting here. You don't realize that former presidents are sitting here.
Doesn't mean you get to just rudely interrupt from the first row.
Okay, let me say it again.
That's not what journalists do.
Oh, actually, you have to.
You're not a panelist.
Are you a journalist?
I think I am. More
so
than you.
Are you a journalist?
Because I'm asking real questions right now. You're just filibustering.
Are you a journalist? Why are you a journalist? What's your organization?
Because I'm asking questions.
No. What's your media organization?
I'm independent. I'm asking you
What's
questions.
your media organization?
Oh, you need to be in a media organization?
Well, if you're going to be a journalist, you have to be with a media entity.
Oh, right. You need to be paid off by big corporate media?
No, actually. What's your media entity?
Who do you work for?
I work for me. I own my company.
Oh, really? So you're an independent journalist?
No.
Isn't that what I just said?
No, actually, but I named
this
the
doesn't
company.
Make any sense.
It's called Black Star Network. What's your company?
The what?
What's your company?
What's the state media
What's
company?
your company?
The company. It's called the company.
Oh, it's called the company?
It's called my company.
Okay, that's cute.
That's great.
Are you the CEO? Are you the CEO?
Maybe.
Listen, are you the CEO?
Why were you not on that stage?
Are you the CEO?
I think we're done here.
Are you the CEO or are you an employee?
Ridiculous
Yes, you're right, because you walked over here. Are you the CEO or are you an employee?
You were in my ear screaming.
No,
online.
actually, I
But
was
that's
in
something
your
you're not
ear.
even talking
You were
about.
across the barrier. First of all, I'm gonna talk to members. Do not
Nice
touch
to
me.
meet you.
Do not touch me.
Thank you.
Move your last one. Don't touch me. I'm done with
trying
you.
to shake your hand.
No,
That's what gentlemen do.
no, actually.
I don't have words. Whoever the person is that set Donald Trump up to go in front of the National Association of Black Journalists today, I don't know if I should say bravo or what. I don't know, because that was a disaster. Like, under any other circumstance, that's campaign ending. That under any other campaign, it's tanked after that. Somebody's most certainly fired, because he got on stage and insulted everyone, from the crowd to the journalists interviewing him, to women in general, to Black and brown people. Everyone caught it. Like, it was historic how bad that went. Whoever signed him up for that, again, that type of interview, the Trump campaign may be the only campaign that could survive that. If you ever needed a real insight into what powers the Trump campaign, misogyny and racism. And that was on full display today. Wow. In 1990, my grandmother took me to Austin to watch the inaugural parade for Ann Richards. She was the last Democratic governor I remember in Texas. I think she may have been the last one, period. But she beat Clayton Williams. Clayton Williams was an outspoken racist, and people just couldn't stomach voting for him, and that's how Ann Richards won. I think right after that, she lost to George W. Bush. Clayton Williams in Texas tanked an election in 1990 because he was a racist. In 2024, Donald Trump gives an interview like that, and I'm assuming one of the journalists on stage with him was from Fox, and I guess maybe they thought that she would kind of shield him and lob him some softballs. She didn't have anything. They, as my grandmother said, they chewed him up one side and down the other. If you are Black in America and you are planning on voting for Donald Trump, you are what my grandmother would call a new fool.
He's cooked. You can't come back from that. That was insane. That was the biggest embarrassment I've ever seen a politician ever participate in. Holy crap. Wow. I really thought, it was going to be kind of a fight, and I guess, it's going to be like a landslide now.
Have you seen Trump's interview at the NABJ convention in Chicago? I'm currently watching it on the AP's YouTube channel. You can watch it a million other places. My brain is exploding. My jaw dropped. I was making ranch dressing. It's really random. I had buttermilk that I need to use up. And I was like, oh, I saw clips about this. Let me watch it in full. I almost dropped everything a bunch of times. The way he's speaking to these journalists, the way he's not answering questions, the way he's complaining about their equipment and him being held up for 35 minutes, this is who he is. He has showed us this for many years. But the fact that right now, in a crucial time where he needs to be, attempting to try and be a better person, that'll never happen. This is, I don't know why it's still mind-boggling to me. These women are champions, because I would not have done near as well a job at handling myself and being composed as they are. That's why they're doing what they're doing and I'm not. Wow. Yeah, you should watch it. Wow.
So Trump was speaking with a group of Black journalists today, and I could not believe what I was hearing. Each and every question that was asked in a direct way from a group of people who have been attacked repeatedly by Trump on Truth Social and in the media and in speeches and outside of courtrooms. To try to bridge the gap was an impossibility with the way that Donald Trump defended, deflected, escalated, and gaslighted each and every person who asked an interview question today.
Donald Trump, at the beginning of his remarks at the National Association of Black Journalists, remarked about the fact that it started late, which we know, oh, the black event started late, but he said it was because of bad equipment.
And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was wrong.
Mr. President, I would love if you can answer the question on your rhetoric and why you...
But now there's reporting coming out to the contrary. It's being reported that the reason why the entire event started late is because the Trump team was demanding that there would not be live fact-checking that happened during the interview, and that back and forth was causing a standoff. Which one would answer the question as to why they didn't fact-check him in real time more than they did, even though they did have times where they did. But also, he used that as an opportunity to continue to use racist dog whistles of, oh, the black people stuff started late and the equipment's all bad. And then they were very hostile towards me. They opened up with these angry, rude questions. The whole time he was afraid of the black women on that panel because he knew they would have receipts. And Rachel Scott was like, I can't fact check you in real time, but I'm gonna ask questions in such a way where you have to deal with me. I love it. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's amazing.
Did you guys see Trump get fucking laughed at the Black Journalist Conference? Of course, he didn't answer a single question directly. He said immigrants are taking black jobs, and when the interviewer said, what's a black job? He said, a job. Also, they brought up the things that J.D. Vance has said, and he was basically just like, I never heard that. We all heard it. But what's so awesome to me is they just laughed. They didn't boo. They fucking laughed. Because it's that absurd. The Trump spell is being broken. He's not acting any differently than he always has, but people are waking up. Also, it seems like Trump only knows 100 words and then just mixes them in different orders. And 2 of those words are Hannibal Lecter. And by the way, the questions they asked him were so well worded. Also, he made a comment like he just realized as he was saying it and didn't know what to do about it. But he was like, a lot of the journalists in this room are black. At the Black Journalist Conference? You don't say. And of course, that's when he started trying to just adjust his existing rhetoric to appeal to black people by just inserting the word black in there. They're taking black jobs. Sir, what exactly is a black job? It's a job. They're taking black jobs, they're taking Hispanic jobs. Also, every time he was expected to answer a direct question and he realized he couldn't, he just started going, that was such a nasty question. This woman is so nasty and so rudely. And everyone in the audience was like, whoa, what the fuck? He also kept blaming the mics and audio and like putting down the audio people. Like, I guess they couldn't get good audio, which the people in the audience audibly were like, whoa, what the fuck? He also claimed that Harris did not pass her bar exam. Here's what he said. She failed her bar exam. She did not pass her bar exam, so maybe she would not pass the cognitive test. She did not pass her bar exam, and she did not think she would pass it, and she did not think she would ever pass it, and I don't know what happened. She passed the bar and was admitted to the California bar the year after she finished law school. And he said this because they asked him if he was willing to take a cognitive test and make it public. I am just living for the crowd reactions. It makes me feel like the country is becoming sane again. It's on its way. She asked about January 6th and how he said he would pardon all the patriots who assaulted 140 police officers and were convicted. He obviously attempted to deflect the question, and she brought it back and was like, okay, but the question is... And he doubled down. He said, yeah, I would pardon them if they're innocent. And she said if they were convicted...
Oh, absolutely I would.
You would pardon those...
If they're innocent, I would pardon them.
They've been convicted.
And by the way, the Supreme Court just under...
Jessica, your reaction to what we saw?
My reaction is that it was a complete, absolute dumpster fire for the former president. I don't feel the need to give him any credit for showing up there because he came with a terrible attitude. He hit all of his regular hits, lying about his record for black Americans. The comparison saying he's done the most for the black community since Abraham Lincoln is obviously ridiculous. Unemployment is lower for black Americans under Joe Biden than Donald Trump. Everybody knows that. Even Donald Trump knows that. People have told him. He just won't stop. I thought that he was rude and offensive to the questioners. I don't think, in response to what Joe was saying, that asking him, for instance, about calling Kamala Harris a DEI hire is going into debate mode. This is who his opponent is, and then his response that she used to be Indian and is now somehow black was offensive no matter the color of their skin.
All right, look, she has an Indian mother and a Jamaican father.
Right,
I don't know why we have to... But she has an Indian mother and a black father. So those are two different backgrounds. You know.
Guys, it is racist white boy summer as Republicans are showing their true racist ways, attacking Kamala Harris on DEI. She's not black. And then Trump today decided to go to the National Association of Black Journalists Conference to speak to black women. And well, this is how it started out, and it didn't get much better.
And I got treated so rudely as this woman treated me.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm fine with it because she was very rude, sir. Very rude. That was a nasty, that wasn't a question. She
Sir,
didn't ask me a question. She gave a statement. That wasn't a question.
I repeated your statement, sir, actually.
He questioned if Kamala Harris was black, then stumbled over if he'd give qualified immunity to officers who shoot black people. Then he keeps mentioning black jobs, which is double racism because he's saying that black people have jobs that are unskilled because they're being taken by those immigrants coming across the border, 15 million of them. So he's insulting them as well. It's double racism. It's insane. And this is just a start. And expect a lot more of this. But this is what journalists need to do to Donald Trump. Press this man for the things he has said. He's called Kamala Harris a DEI. He said black jobs over and over again. He said he'll pardon the January 6 people. Keep pressing him on these issues because he's going to fall apart. But guys, it's racist white boy summer and they are out in full effect.
He definitely had a meltdown on Truth Social after his interview with the National Association of Black Journalists. Want to see?
So what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe. Yes. Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like our thing we're so excited about to have you running for president. So we're both Indian, but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
One half
thank you.
of my
I've
family.
been telling people we're related already, so this is perfect. It's basically true. And so were you raised eating South Indian food?
South Indian food.
Okay, so a couple things to unpack here. Crazy Kamala is saying she's Indian, not black. This is a big deal. Stone cold phony. She uses everybody, including her racial identity. I don't know if anybody's told him before, but if you have an Indian woman and a black man and they make a baby, that baby is both Indian and black. Concept. And even in this video, she tells her that she looks exactly like half of her family. Okay. Also, during the interview, Trump questioned the interviewer and said, "Are you with ABC?" So here's another one. ABC, fake news, one of the worst in America. The questions were rude and nasty, often in the form of a statement, but we crushed it. Yes, you crushed your campaign. Great job. And here he is complaining that Kamala is not going to be at this event. So I'm assuming he's going to use this as his reason for not debating her. But you can go ahead and pause and read. I'm over it.
My face was frozen in shock. That town hall, the interview, whatever you want to call it, with the National Association of Black Journalists was so outrageous. Donald Trump's narcissism was on full display and Rachel Scott was just poking it. And I mean, mwah, beautiful job, Rachel. Beautiful. We got to keep at it. Every single time he opens up his mouth with lies, you have to just shove it back in. Don't let him get away with it. It is black women that are consistently saving our democracy. And when are white people going to stand up? I mean, some of us are a little bit, but I mean, my God, this man, this fascist dictator wannabe, this statement is beautiful. The hostility Donald Trump showed on stage today is the same hostility he has shown throughout his life, throughout his term in office, and throughout his campaign for president, as he seeks to regain power and inflict his harmful Project 2025 agenda on the American people. Trump lobbed personal attacks and insults at black journalists the same way he did throughout his presidency, while he failed black families and left the entire country digging out of the ditch he left us in. Donald Trump has already proven he cannot unite America, so he attempts to divide us. Today's tirade is simply a taste of the chaos and division that has been a hallmark of Trump's MAGA rallies this entire campaign. It's also exactly what the American people will see from across the debate stage as Vice President Harris offers a vision of opportunity and freedom for all Americans. All Donald Trump needs to do is stop playing games and actually show up to the debate on September 10th or whatever day. Whatever day they want to pick, it doesn't matter. That's like almost, 2 months away and he can't, show up? Come on, chicken. Don, old.
What was Kamala's beautiful response to Trump's meeting with the National Association of Black Journalists this afternoon that just went terribly? This is how you successfully adapt your message to an audience.
Meeting of the National Association of Black Journalists. And it was the same old show. The divisiveness and the disrespect. And let me just say, the American people deserve better. The American people deserve better. The American people deserve a leader who tells the truth, a leader who does not respond with hostility and anger when confronted with the facts. We deserve a leader who understands that our differences do not divide us. They are an essential source of our strength. So I say to Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, ours is a fight for the future. And it is a fight for freedom. The freedom to vote, the freedom to be safe from gun violence, the freedom to live without fear of bigotry and hate, the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride, the freedom to learn and acknowledge America's true and full history, and the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do.
Okay, guys, that's all I put together for you for this video. In total transparency, I did focus on those reactions that saw Donald Trump's behavior as egregious. I did. And I asked myself, did I do that for sensationalism? And honestly, no, I didn't. I am obviously biased, right? It is no surprise to anyone on my channel, if you watched any of my videos, that I am definitely I was pro Biden and I am pro Harris. So on this channel, you will see me speak like that. You will see me present that. If you want to get it now, you can look at some of the comments, and I'm going to tell you, I've looked at the comments on some of these reaction videos, and they have been so racially charged and so mean-spirited. So I choose not to post those comments and give them any reactions, and I choose not to share things on my channel that I truly just don't believe. And I will not promote Donald Trump's agenda. I will not promote anything that actively promotes him. So, this is my channel. This is what I choose to put out. And I would like to be able to have a conversation with everyone. I may not change your mind and you may not change mine. But if you feel that this is a one-sided view on this particular video, you are absolutely right. If you want to go find those people that believe that Donald Trump was attacked and handled poorly because he was asked a question and several questions that he did not like, then you go find those videos. But for me and my channel, I'll be posting videos like this that show the truth as I see it with regards to Donald Trump and his childish behavior. So that's my point of view. If you're interested to see the other video, I will link it at the end regarding his appearance and how he spoke To the journalists at the NABJ, be sure to watch that video as well. If you appreciate how I feel and my comments, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you don't agree with me, that's okay too. Please do the same. Please do like, share, and subscribe. It's okay for us to disagree. Let's just be nice about it. Again, that's all I have. Until next time, toodles.